Father God said he can also take the call because he's in the flight. So I request you people to stay a little more time. So we'll have a session with both Dr. Khadar as well as Dr. Khadar's daughter. So this is just a general slide. I can share with you most of the people later. This is about the nutrition value of the millets. There are a lot of millets, but out of which Dr. Khadar coined Siridhanya. There are 5 millets. So one is brown top millet, little millet, and kodo millet, barnyard millet, and foxtail millet. These 5 millets have a lot of fiber, around 8 to 12%. So when you eat fiber through these grains, your health will be really in a good shape. That's what the millets does. One of the reasons is because every human being has 5 liters of blood in the body, and we are supposed to maintain around 5 to 10 grams of sugar in the blood. When you eat the right or wheat, what happens is in a 30 minute span of time, the blood sugar rushes to 25 or 30 grams. That is the root cause of problems. As long as you maintain that blood sugar between 5 to 8 grams in your blood of 5 liters, you will be very healthy. These millets, when you take these millets, what exactly happens is it releases the glucose content slowly into the blood because of the fiber it has got. So that will help you to stay healthy. That is one of the reason most of the people who are diabetic, it will be very helpful to the people. See, this is something we need to be really aware of what we are eating. Many people think, okay, I'm eating millet, so I'm healthy. That is not going to be helpful. Most of the kind of substances we are eating in the market, like, have you heard about Roundup, glyphosate? Anybody knows what exactly is this? Okay, it's very important. This whole earth is infested with glyphosate. The Monsanto company, when they introduced GMO seeds, they introduced the Roundup because when you use Monsanto seeds, then when the weed comes, the Roundup works as a weedicide and it kills all the weed basically. But initially they said, no, it's the greatest invention. But later on we started realizing that the glyphosate, which is in the Roundup, is entering into our body through basically food and several things. So you got to know that because most of you have the lawns. Actually, you end up in using glyphosate. So technically, you are basically, your backyards are becoming very toxic, and you will end up in consuming glyphosate even without buying grocery, because you go into your lawn, glyphosate is entering into your body. You have to be really careful. I'm just covering few things because I can send you a lot of information. You can also do a lot of research in the Google. This glyphosate is very dangerous. If you buy and eat any genetically modified product, which we are eating, as a matter of fact, it is entering into your body, it is killing all your gut microbiome. I just only put like 2 things. So then another thing is sodium nitrate. If you have the habit of eating processed foods, especially meat, the sodium nitrate is being used to increase the freshness of these processed foods. This is also one of the root cause of the cancer and thyroid. Name anything, you just go and do sodium nitrate, you realize what kind of dangerous world we are living in. Then the another thing is sodium benzoate. You name anything today that is being used as a preservative. We see this jalebi is orange color. Trust me, that is nothing but benzoate, sodium benzoate. If you eat sodium benzoate, again it kills your gut microbiome and you tend to get cancers. You name any disease in the world, this is one of the reasons why we are eating in excess quantities. Because our liver has only certain capacity, it can only expel certain intoxicants from your system. Rest of things, they are within your system basically. And the most important thing is potassium bromate. All of you go there, you eat pizzas, you go there, eat Subway. Basically, you are consuming potassium bromate. To get the fluffiness in the bread, they use this chemical. Okay, so Dr. Khadar Garu said to avoid these things to start with. Just eating millet is not helpful. It is helpful, but you have to avoid these things. Is better? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, thank you. Move the speaker. DJ. Yeah. Is okay now? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Maybe you can move a little bit. That part is saying. This one. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, these are some of the substances I recommend you to not eat because is okay. These substances normally like they're all genetically modified. If you're eating genetically, still I think there is
Rotate a little bit on this side.
this side toward this side.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Hello? Yeah, because I see. What is that?
Try without mic. No.
No, I think they can't hear. They can't hear. Maybe I'm not holding it correctly. Hello? I'm good. Okay. Yes. These substances. Make a note of these substances. We can do a lot of research. These substances, when you eat, it means you are basically consuming glyphosate. These are all genetically modified. Try to avoid all these things. You name anything like corn, soy. Soy. Please avoid soy at any cost. That is really dangerous. And also, you go outside and eat in Indian restaurant means you are eating soy product because 60% of the oil which is being consumed in this country is made from soy. It's very dangerous because Dr. Khadar Vali very specifically said at any cost avoid soy product. And also like in the olden days, the kind of tofu they used to make from not from the soy, it is to make from some kind of Indian bean. So, but nowadays because of this genetically modified, they're using it, and be careful about corn. Corn is genetically modified, and soy, cottonseed, papaya. Another thing is papaya. Papaya actually, if it is not genetically modified, is an excellent food to consume. And unfortunately, you hardly find any papaya fruit which is not genetically modified. If you find it, please pay more money and buy it. It's really good for you. But what is available in the market is really not good for you. If you even get any seeds available anywhere else, buy it and just put in your backyard, which is not genetically modified. But this is papaya is really dangerous. Rice is more than genetically modified, as we said. When I'm welcoming you people to the millet club, rice is not good for you because one of the reasons is it digests so fast and your blood sugar rises very quickly in your blood. You have to be really careful. And also wheat, I didn't put there. Both are cousins basically. Because when I was growing up, I was told that wheat is really good for health. Actually, wheat and rice, they're equally same. Both are cousins basically. The effect is same. I don't think so because I don't agree with you for a reason. Many people think I'm from from Andhra Pradesh. My town, my village, we never used to eat rice. Many people do not know about this actually. We used to eat jowar, ragi, foxtail millet. Like that we used to eat. And rice was a delicacy and we used to eat once in a while for a festival in my place. So rice was never a staple food for us. But one chief minister in 1982, when he became chief minister, his name is N.T. Ramarao, he introduced rice for 2 rupees per kilo. Then our village people started to become diabetic. We never had a diabetic because we never ate rice. So he thought he did a good thing, but actually he really spoiled our people because, sorry, okay. Oh. Potatoes try to buy non-GMO, and also one of the reason is potato skin is really thin. Anything with a thin skin, it absorbs the chemicals and the fertilizers and pesticides. Try to avoid. It is also genetically modified. If you buy non-GMO, you can eat it. It's a neutral food. Tomatoes also have actually the tomatoes what we get today is not what we used to eat actually, because even in America they said it's called heirloom tomato. It's really good for you, but you try to buy heirloom tomato which is not genetically modified. Most of the tomatoes, they're not red in color. These people have modified to make it appealing for you. Be careful. Then one of the thing like Dr. Khadar Garu said, avoid dairy product at any cost. If at all you want to eat dairy products, you take probably curd or maybe buttermilk. That is good because it's fermented. When it gets fermented, the lactobacillus will kill a lot of bad stuff in the milk. And the milk what you're actually getting in the stores here, it is actually pumped with steroids and chemicals, even organic. I mean, I don't think so. If at all you want to really take milk, at least go to some farmhouse and buy the raw milk. At least that's better for you. But anything you are buying in the grocery store, it's just called white poison. You be careful. Please avoid if you can avoid. And there are a lot of nut milks, like you can make nut milk using I know that people get angry when I say that don't eat wheat, don't eat rice, don't eat milk. I'm sure you're going to kill me. Please bear with me. That is a fact. No, you're not starving actually. That's why we have the millet potluck. So we made vegan kind of paisams, and we made with coconut milk. See, you need to understand one thing. First of all, if you want to build your body, you have to go and work in the gym for 4 hours a day or 1 hour a day for next 2-3 years. But you can also build muscles by taking steroids. Probably in a month you will become like Hrithik Roshan. But that is not the right way. Yes, if you want to go and want to buy the health, we have a proverb in Telugu. It's called Arogyame Mahabhagyam. Mahabhagyam means health is actually Mahabhagyam. It's more than wealth. So to get that, it's not your bank account is going to save you when you get the disease. A lot of my friends who have a disease, even some of our friends got cancer. Even you have a few $1 million, it's not going to save you. You got to really take that fact into your brain, and you have to work hard. Nothing is easy. Easy things always lead you to disaster. So yeah, I know that some of the people we can have interactive session. Even we can talk to Dr. Sarala, because she will tell you why milk is not good for you. And also, most of the people you think the milk what you're taking is a vegetarian. It's not really true. When they suck with the machine, they're sucking with blood and pus. So technically, I'm seriously telling you, you are basically drinking milk with blood and pus. That's why it is homogenized, it's pasteurized, so that you don't see all those things. I'm telling the fact in the world. First of all, cows actually giving milk for its calf. We are stealing the milk. Anyway, because I'm a vegan, so I'm sure you will not like me, so I will not really talk much about milk, because I know you get angry. Close this mic or both the mics? Okay, thank you. Okay, this is you have to be very careful of the fact there are 3 things which actually make you healthy. One is the water you're drinking, the food you're eating, and the oil also comes as a part of it. Air we don't have a control, because probably we don't talk about that. The water, our ancestors used to store the water in copper vessels. Because when you store the water in the copper vessels, any impurities will be removed by the copper plate, and it becomes a structured water. We have tested, in fact, somebody wants to even test this. They got the strips. You take the water, tap water, you test it, the pH value will be less than 7, probably 5 or 4. You put the water 6-8 hours in a copper thing like this, and then you test it, it will become like a perfectly alkaline. What we are doing is, we encourage people to buy something like this, copper plate, very simple. You buy a steel tank or a glass jar, put it in the jar and store the water in the night. And morning you take it out, it will become very dark, because it has a chemical structure. In the outer orbit it is an electron, there is a chemistry. It's a loose electron. It basically attracts all the virus, bacteria and bad things. And also inevitably the water what you're drinking has a nanoplastic particles. These nanoplastic particles, they're going and they're coating in your intestines, and it is prohibiting you in absorbing the essential minerals from the food. But if you use this kind of copper stuff, it can even remove the plastic particles and bacteria, virus and all sorts of things. And every day you have to clean this. I'm just showing, because the whole purpose of this whole thing is to share the knowledge and interact and understand. If some people has better knowledge, we need to go and learn from them. So water, you need to be careful, because even you have reverse osmosis, it is not going to save you. Still it is going through plastic system. So I recommend you, it's very easy. You just buy the thing like this. You can even buy from, I think I have another plate for $4-5. This I got it from India. In fact, we can actually go to Home Depot and we can just buy a big copper sheet and cut it. It's very easy. And this will actually improve your health. Water is very important aspect. Then coming back to oil, you have to be very careful. Never ever buy refined oils. First of all, most of the oils what you buy in this country, they are made from genetically modified seeds. Most of the oils you are eating outside, you go and buy Lay's chips, whatever you eat, Doritos, they're all made from genetically modified oil. That is going to basically destroy your gut microbiome. So we recommend you to encourage people to produce oil using cold pressed and unrefined, because it preserves its structure. So what I am doing is, probably we'll go with a demo if somebody has bought the seeds. I bought a machine from India. You can make, it's very easy, even 8-year-old kid can make the oil, and it's very healthy for you. And also, like when you make the oil, you realize you put 2 pounds of seeds, you get only probably like a 400 milliliter of oil. Then you start respecting oil. Otherwise, we'll start every day making a lot of fried stuff and eating without knowing how the oil is coming. You got to be. Oil cannot be that clear. It's very dangerous because oil has a peculiar taste. I don't know what it is called in English. In Telugu, we call vogaru. In 6 tastes, every day you have to taste that taste. That's very important for you. Every day in your food, you have to have the 6 tastes like bitterness, sweetness, salty, and all those things. Today, oil, we lost that taste because it's refined. And the salt, what we are eating, the molten salt, never even buy that because they add a substance called a desiccant because if you leave the salt in the air, it becomes actually, it absorbs the moisture. But today, all this molten salt, it doesn't, they have added a chemical now to absorb the oil. So this desiccant, I don't know the substance, it stays in your body forever. So try to buy the sea salt. Himalayan pink salt is much better. Probably a lot of even Costco is selling that. Please use that because it has a lot of minerals. Sea salt is good, and some people are saying that sea salt has some plastic particles are coming, but we use only very little of salt, so that's okay. But don't use this tartar salt, iodine salt. That is all just is only a mafia is selling you wrong things basically. What should I do?
So you can go somewhere middle and you can talk.
No problem. I can. Yeah, switch it off. Yeah. Myself I'm getting a resound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, you can.